This week here on MetalmanX Builds, we're taking a look at the fantastic kit from Motor Nuclear. This is the Nezha. And as always, this review is brought to you by our good friends over at GundamCentralShop.com. Make sure to check them out, the link will be in the description. Coming in at roughly 22 centimeters, the Nezha from Motor Nuclear is a continuation of the already fantastic job this company has been doing. This kit has amazing details, really good articulation, and is really a nice build. Everything you see here is color separated. There are no stickers, but that doesn't mean that there aren't some issues with some of the painted parts. Definitely the gold is a big headache on this kit. Now, as far as articulation goes, this thing is a beast. Okay, we have great articulation in the shoulders and the arms, allowing for fluid movement throughout the entire kit. The biggest exception to this is going to be in the chest. There's not a lot of ab crunch to work with. I think a lot of that is they are trying to support the backpack on this kit, so you're not getting a lot, but Motor Nuclear really doesn't give a lot of ab crunch there. The front skirting armor of this kit is one area of concern that I have. While it stays on, no popping off, anything like that, it is very tight. I'm always worried when I'm posing this that these might pop off or break, so be very gentle with the waist area. However, it does hold on really well and looks great. The legs have fantastic detailing throughout, and you're going to get some really awesome articulation. These were a little bit difficult to get put together. I don't know if it was just me, but mine was just a little bit hard to get some of these black parts on. But you're going to get fantastic articulation throughout the legs. Once again, these are partial metal frame builds, so you have a lot of strength and weight in those legs. That's going to help with posing. One of the biggest design elements of this kit is the additional 4 arms that attach to the backpack. And let me tell you, these things are really cool. They plug right there into the back of the kit, and they fit in really well. I do wish we had something to cover that up if we didn't want to use this, but it is what it is. So it simply just plugs in, and it will stay solid. It's not going to slide off. It's not going to fall off. A little shake test right there just to prove it. Now, this does add significant weight to the kit on the back end, so I would suggest using the stand, but you can use this without the stand as well. These things are absolutely fantastic looking and really remind me of things like, you know, the Iron Spider-Man, if you've ever read the comic books and he has all the, you know, extra arms, or maybe something from Ava. So this is really taking a lot of really cool design elements and putting it in there. Now, because we have so many arms, we have to have a lot of different hands. This is where the biggest issue I have with this kit. I can look over the nub marks that are on the gold and pink pieces. I can look over a few tight fittings, but the hands themselves really drive me nuts. They are, you know, they're good hands. They hold weapons, but I definitely would suggest that some of these you glue together. Hands like this one. I'm going to see if I can get this into focus for you. They use individualized fingertips. So you have 2 fingers there and then 2 more that are supposed to be pressure fitted, but they don't hold on. So I definitely would suggest gluing those together in that little receptacle that it goes in. And overall, the hands aren't that great. They will break apart during posing. They were my biggest challenge throughout this entire experience with this kit. So here we have a really cool engineering element where if you pull down on this clear piece, it will slide the top of the shoulder apart, revealing a little peg. This is going to allow us to attach the additional armor pieces. These only attach by 1 peg, and there is a lot of weight on them, so they can be a little bit flimsy whenever you are posing, so keep that in mind. For the most part though, they stick on really well and look great for the final results. In addition to being an extra aesthetic to the kit, they do serve a function. They allow us to attach these, I want to call them whips, energy whips. They may be some kind of tail. But anyway, long story short, it allows us to attach this to the kit. The final result does look really, really nice, I think. It really gives a lot of depth to the kit. Now, in addition to be able to attach the whips to the shoulder pieces right here, we can actually use the whips individually. So they do come with this holder right here that can be attached in either hand and can be used as either two weapons or a singular weapon. So here we have it in the dual whip form. I'll be honest, this is a really neat idea, really cool addition. There's not a lot of great articulation here. I think some of the pieces are just too big to really get a fluid motion from it, but you are able to make some pretty cool things. So another large accessory on this is this big ring. And so you attach that to the backpack using the clear adapter. Now you can use either the purple or the green effect parts, and both of them are going to look stupendous on this kit. Personally, I'm going to keep it with the purple. The ring attaches to the backpack utilizing this little clear peg right here. So it just slides into the slot in the backpack, doing this a little bit in reverse so you can see it. And you can just swing that around if you like and place it in place. And this holds on really well. It can kind of swing down a little bit, so, you know, double check it when you pose, but it'll hold the weight of the piece just fine. Moving on to some of the other accessories, we have this little fiery wheel that attaches to the feet, and I just got to say, the flame effects on this kit that come with this kit are absolutely phenomenal. One thing Motor Nuclear cannot be said that they do not put effort into their effects parts, and they include them in the kit. So this is a really cool looking thing. I wish you could do more with it as a weapon rather than just have it on the feet, but that's kind of a nitpick. So they just attach in these little pegs like that, and you got flaming roller skates. Whee! Now moving on to one of my least favorite parts of this kit, and that is the spear. This thing was incredibly difficult to put together, first of all, but also has the worst amount of nub marks. I've tried to cover it up a little bit with paint, and I did not do a good job. It was really hard to match the paint. I'm gonna have to redo this. The gold parts are probably the weakest part of it. But not only that, the construction of this area was exceedingly difficult, and it tends to come off a lot. One thing you'll notice is, and if I can get that in focus, is that the bar, the staff that holds this, is really, really flimsy. You definitely want to, if you're going to use it, try to use two hands from the kit, but even then you may end up with some drooping, especially with the effect parts on there. The effect parts, while beautiful, are a little bit heavy for this weapon. And in the end, we end up with just kind of a floppy mess. So definitely wish that this wasn't so over-engineered and had so many nub marks. It may have been worth considering to have a metal shaft for this rather than the plastic. Next up, we have a couple of the most beautiful swords I've seen come out of a model kit. I love the hilt on this. Let me see if I can get that in focus. Absolutely love the hilt on this. Love the design and how they did it. Really looks amazing. I love the spiral in it. I did have to put some black paint on this one because of some nub marks on the blade, so be aware of that. The white one, not a lot of things I had to do to it, and it also looks absolutely gorgeous. Holds very well in the hand, and I think these are going to be some of my main weapons that I display with. Speaking of display, I do have to show off the display on this one. It does come with a stand with some really cool effect parts on it. I think those look really great, and they will very much enhance the overall appearance of this kit For my final score, I'm going to give this kit a B+. It really goes to show why Motor Nuclear is such a big name in the model kit industry right now. Their kits are fantastic, and this is no exception. Where this kit does start to fall apart a little bit is with the accessories. There are a few that are wobbly and don't fit the best, especially those shoulder pieces. But for the most part, it is a fantastic kit that you will absolutely enjoy and love the shelf presence that it brings. That's going to do it for this review. We'll see you next time here on MetalmanX Builds.